Hello, my name is Michael and I'm here to show you the describe of this diagram. So in this diagram, it can clearly be said that it is trying to portray a chain of command while showing the responsibility in relation to the command. It can be seen that as the authority of an employee in this diagram becomes higher on the pyramid, the command also becomes higher. However, if you're lower on the pyramid, your command becomes lower in relation to your authority in the structure as well. There are three different levels of hierarchy within the structure that is trying to show the amount of people in those sections. There is the bottom, middle, and top. It can be seen that the wider base of appearance shows that there are more employees working in that department, and the amount of people gets lower as the hierarchy goes up as well. In the second diagram, as talked about in the previous diagram, that there are different levels of hierarchies in the pyramid. It can be applied to this diagram in which it shows a pyramid in a more detailed structure. This shows four different sectors of the company and also the span of control through the hierarchies. For each sector, there is a director that has responsibility in that department. Also, each department is accountable for their role, such as in the production sector, the employees and directors there is accountable for that particular role in the company. This would be the organizational chart of a certain company. Also, this diagram shows a tall structure and a functional structure in which the decision making is centralized towards a senior management group, so there is a lot of centralization in this diagram. In the third diagram, it is clearly talking about the different types of hierarchies and structures in a company in relation to the shape of a pyramid. In this diagram, it shows the comparison between a tall hierarchy and a flat hierarchy. In a tall hierarchy, as said before, there is a large span of control and the decisions are more centralized towards the top senior management group. And also, there is a higher amount of levels of hierarchies. The pyramid representing this tall hierarchy can show that it is a taller, meaning the top controls more of the bottom and the command and authority is towards the top, comparably to the flat hierarchy. In the flat hierarchy, it can be said that there is a lower span of control and also the structure is focused more on decentralization, and also the structure is layered, showing that there is a lower amount of hierarchies. With a flat hierarchy, it can be connected to communication, in which a tall hierarchy, there will be a longer amount of time needed to deliver messages because it will have to pass through several hierarchies. However, in a flat hierarchy, the communication will be easier because there isn't as many levels that the message will have to go through. Also, in tall hierarchies, there will be a chance that it is also a geographical structure because there are many different departments and many different departments operating in different geographical locations of the world. In diagram 4, it can be a comparison of different structures through organizational charts. The comparison is between this tall structure and also the flat structure. The tall structure has more levels of hierarchy in comparison to the flat structure, meaning the authority and command of employees is much more distinct and spread apart. However, in the flat structure, it can be seen that the company has taken a path of downsizing because many of the higher levels are now moved to the bottom levels of hierarchy. However, the same in both structures that can be seen in the diagram is also that at the top, there is still one senior management group that has most of the authority within the organization. The downsizing of the company can cause some conflict between employees as well, because employees that used to have the authority now are on equal level with other employees, putting conflict. In the fifth diagram, this pyramid can be in relation to the other ones that have been explained, in which showing the different levels of hierarchy in a company. The workers have the least authority and command, while the authority and command starts to increase as it rises above the pyramid. The level of hierarchy that is on top of each other will have delegation of tasks to the bottom hierarchy or the hierarchy that they are over. For example, the senior management can delegate tasks to the middle management, while the middle management can delegate tasks to the workers in an application for the authority. Also, it can be seen that the pyramid can be an example of a bureaucracy because each of the levels have rules and tasks that they can command the bottom level to do, and the top levels will give procedures and standardized rules for the bottom levels to follow in order to keep a consistency within the organization. In the sixth diagram is one that concentrates on an entrepreneurial perspective and also a centralization of the organizational structure. This can be an example of an organizational structure that allows for the entrepreneur, which is the boss of the company, to have control and authority over all of the sectors of the company. This could be another example of bureaucracy, showing that the boss is making standardized rules and procedures for the different departments to follow. This can be called a product structure because all the different departments are centralized in trying to promote the product, such as sectors in marketing, the production of the product, research and development, and sales. An entrepreneur tends to have the most control in the organization, and all of the decisions made by the sector will have to be reported to the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur will have the ability to have empowerment for the employees, in which giving awards and power to the employees so that they can take initiative and make decisions to solve problems and improve service and performance of the organization. In the seventh diagram portrays a structure that collaborative, in which all of the different departments and roles seem to overlap and can help each other with the tasks that each department has. This structure could be an example of a divisional structure in which it is a type of organizational configuration that groups together those employees who are responsible for a particular product type or market service according to the workflow. This can be in relation to this because collaboration allows for different groups of employees from different sectors to be able to work together on a project or a product. In the eighth diagram, it is explaining a circular or a flat structure. As said before, a flat structure is one which has lower levels of hierarchies and the span of control is lower in comparison to one that is tall. This can be an example of a flexible and also a customer structure because a circular structure allows for an ability to be flexible to be able to keep with this change of the customer, and also it is flexible because generally in the diagram it doesn't seem to have a leader, but all the departments are working together in order to help provide a better service for departments where help is needed. However, although there is no leader, there could be possibly of a leader figure that can help give overall direction of the different departments that could help with efficiency in the structure. Everyone in the department is allowed to contribute ideas to work as they do, and ideas will be able to go back and forth. For the final diagram, this is trying to portray a matrix structure in an organization. The matrix structure in which groups employees by both function and the product. This can be said that different employees from different sectors are working together in order to form a project group to ensure the completion of a project. There seems to be a project leader in this situation which also helps direct the flow of the project. However, not necessarily meaning that they all have the authority in the project. Hello, this is the picture that I want to represent a flexible structure. So the source that I want to cite is http://georgekoros.ca/blog/wp content/uploads/2010/07/helpinghand.jpg. So the reason that I chose this picture is that in a flexible structure, employees from different sectors are helping each other, and the overall organizational structure allows for not a very strict and formal decision maker to make all the decisions, while the organizational structure allows for innovation and different ideas to be able to have. So there's no necessarily a leader, but then there should be a leader figure that directs the flow of the decisions that are made. And also, in a flexible structure, as said, in a flexible structure, the employees of different departments are allowed to help each other and contribute ideas, which kind of shows you the helping hand picture, showing that each department is working together as a group and forming good relationship with each other, and helping each other when help is actually needed. Thank you for listening to my broadcast.